Hey guys, I'm here in the classroom, and most of you are doing a great job following instructions as to what to do with these videos. So this is just a reminder of what to do, and I have an announcement with a list of names, so please pay attention. Before you sit down to watch the video, grab yourself a pen and a piece of paper, write the answers down as the video goes on. Then submit your answers in a private message. Make sure you click the button that says you've completed the assignment. If you do not click the button that says you've completed the assignment, you won't get credit for completing the assignment. So, on the flip side, there's a list of people here, a dozen people who have packets that need to get picked up at the high school library between the hours of 7 a.m. and 3 p.m. Okay, here's the list. Okay, this is for the students that were online students for the first 5 weeks of the second 9 weeks. So second quarter, first 5 weeks. For the first 5 weeks of the second quarter, we were in person. These people chose not to be in person. Therefore, you got packets that were waiting to be picked up at the high school office. So you can see what you need to get done here. Dean, I'm missing week 4 and 5. Braden, I'm missing week 4 and 5. Nicole, I'm missing week 4 and 5. Jackie Parker and Natalie Noah, I'm missing week 3, 4, and 5. William Baxter, I'm missing week 4 and 5. Lance Grogan, I am missing weeks 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Kennedy, I'm missing week 3, most of week 4, and week 5. However, in the packets that you have in the office to be picked up, all of these missing things might not be in there. Do what you have and return what you finish as soon as possible, please, so we can get this spreadsheet finished up so I can figure out who needs to do what so we're not redundant. Okay, thank you. Doug Oros, Nick Waybrandt, Riley Cunningham, Taylor Doherty, Tim Kalbflesh, William Baxter, Kennedy Coe, Nicole Lynn, Dean Quadros, Hunter Kundrant, and Lance Grogan. Some of you on this list have never picked up a packet, therefore you have a lot of paperwork to do. These are all the safety tests. Please complete the safety tests and return them to the school. When you return them to the school, you will not have another packet to pick up. However, once everyone gets caught up and everything has been returned to me, I will refer back to my spreadsheets, which I have numerous of them, as to who is missing certain safety tests. Then I will do another announcement like this, and you will have to come and pick those up and return them to the school. But that's not going to happen for a little while until everyone gets caught up. Okay? So hopefully everybody understands. All right, let's move on to the video. I'm here in the shop today because I need to work on the manger. To go in my front yard that all of this stuff is involved with. Now, when my father passed away, my stepmother wanted me to have all this, and she said, I can't wait to see pictures of the manger when it's done. So, we're gonna work on that. And essentially, this is what it's going to look like. Just a couple of short legs and a roof. Now, some of the things have been cut already. The side walls, all the pieces have been cut, and all of the rafters have been cut. with the bird's mouth cut and the overhang all ready to go. So we're going to start screwing things together with these screws. But we need to pre-drill and use a drill bit that's as big as the head of the screw, because the screws are only 5 inches long. Here are the screws. And in order to hold this together, we got to drive some screws down through. So this 4x6 is 3.5 inches thick. I would like at least 2.5 inches going into both pieces of lumber. So we need to drill down about 1 inch. In order to drill down only 1 inch, I've marked it with some blue tape, and we're just going to drill 2 holes somewhere centered on this. Stopping every once in a while to make sure that I'm not too deep. So that's about perfect. That's 1 inch. So I'm going to get all this drilled and screwed together. I need to make sure that the pieces of timber underneath are centered. So for something like this, all I use is my finger and use it as kind of like a crude measuring device to about my knuckle there, the back side of my knuckle. Come around this side and it's the same. Sidewalls are done, not very complicated, but now we have to get the roof together. So I have rafters laying on the ground. I'm going to screw the peak together. But here's my first question. What is this part of the rafter called? Right here. I said it earlier in the beginning of the video. I've got the rafters screwed together with 2 screws, one from this side and one from the other side, roughly in about that position that you see the screw there. So since I'm by myself, I'm going to build this half laying down and then try and stand it up. So what I think I'm going to do is drill a hole from underneath here and put a screw going up into the bottom of the rafter. But this is wonderful. Aside from if I go to stand this thing up, the legs might spread. So what I'm going to need to do is put in what's called a collar tie. And a collar tie is essentially a piece of wood that'll go across, something like that. Now I might bring it down a little bit further. As a matter of fact, I'm going to. So I'm going to find an 8-foot 2x4 and see if it fits. So those are called collar ties, otherwise known as ceiling joists in a stick-built situation. Just need one on the other side now. Okay, we have got the wall screwed into the bottom of the rafter, and we put the ceiling joists in. So this is your second question. What is the other name for a ceiling joist? Okay, I'm going to attempt to try to tip this thing up on its legs. Just remember, folks, safety first. All right, here we go. Maybe I'm going to want to lift it up. All right, so we've got it stood up. It'll be a little bit easier now for me to put the front side on. Now the front side, I'm not going to be able to put one of these on because, well, it would block the view of baby Jesus and all that happy stuff. These are things that you need to learn how to do if you're working by yourself. Working by yourself, it's important to prep everything you can. So I've got 2 screws getting ready to be screwed in here to the back side of the other 2 rafters. And on the other 2 rafters, I have the screws ready to go almost to full depth, like they are on these 2. So I'll be able to carry one over, set it down on the wall, put these screws in to hold it temporarily, and then get the other rafter in and put it in and get everything screwed together. Wish me luck. I've got screw guns placed where I will need them, convenient for me to pick up. Ran as far ahead as I can. I'm just going to put one screw in because it won't be in the right place. Remember, I'm just using these screws to hold it together temporarily. So I can get it screwed together. Let me show you this. So as you can see, we're nowhere near in the right position. The bird's mouth is not in the right position. The joint at the peak is open at the bottom. And obviously this isn't the right position. But it's holding it enough that I'll be able to get these 2 rafters put together to try to mimic the other side. And that's the whole point of sometimes you got to do things by yourself and you need to figure out a way to get it done eventually. Since this is going to be a modular unit, when I take it apart here in the shop, everything will be labeled. Modular means you can take it apart and put it back together. So for the front rafters, I opted to drill a hole in order to put a screw in to hold the rafter to the plate of the wall. And then we will adjust the top here and fix the spread and make it all happy. Okay. That really wasn't bad. It only took me about 10 minutes to get everything in the exact right position. That's screwed in. The other side is screwed in. And we added this little cut-off piece to the front. Kind of looks kind of fancy. We'll put our other collar tie in the front. And then we'll throw some sheets of plywood on it. All right, so here we are. Plywood is on. Baby Jesus is lit up. There's a star. An exorbitant amount of sheep. 3 cows for some reason. No, I'm not plugging everything in here. But it all should come apart very easily in modular fashion. In the next video you will see it will be completely set up in my front yard. Everything is disassembled, labeled, because it's a modular unit. Got all the fasteners and their respective driver bit. So everything's ready to go, everything's ready to be loaded to take it to get set up. And there's all of the characters. All right, well, here's the location of the modular unit. Let's put it together.